Hello everyone. Today in this video I am going to discuss about vibrational transition in IR spectroscopy with the help of animation. So let's start. Whenever UV visible radiation is going to fall on the matter, it can produce three important transitions: electronic transition, vibrational transition and rotational transition, which requires more energy. Obviously, electronic transition requires more energy than the vibrational transitions, and vibrational transition requires more energy than the rotational transition. In this video, these are going to arrange in the decreasing order of energy required for their transition. So, electronic transition requires more energy, and when the UV radiation is going to fall on the matter, the energy is mainly utilized for the electronic transition. Therefore, the absorption of the UV radiation by molecules because of the electronic transition. So, what is about the IR radiation? IR radiation is somewhat less energetic than UV visible radiation. So, it cannot bring the electronic transition. Instead, it can bring the vibrational transition and rotational transition, which requires somewhat less energy. And just like the UV radiation, whenever we supply IR radiation, the energy is mainly utilized for the vibrational transition. So the absorption of the IR radiation because of the vibrational transition. So today in this video we are going to discuss about the different types of vibrational transition. Types of molecular vibration in IR spectroscopy. We have two main different types of vibration. Out of that, one is stretching vibration and other one is bending vibration. In stretching vibration, we have two types, that is symmetrical vibration as well as asymmetrical vibration. In symmetrical vibration, as you can see here in animation, both the atoms are going away from the central atom and simultaneously they are going towards to the central atom. It means that there is change in the bond length. Now there is the second stretching vibration, that is asymmetrical vibration. Here we can see the little bit change. One atom is going away from the central atom and other one is going towards the central atom, and the vice versa. When the other is going away from central atom, at that time the first one will go towards the central atom. It means that again there is change in bond length in this asymmetrical vibration. We have the second major type, that is the bending vibration. These bending vibration are again four types. The first one is scissoring. Scissoring vibration is a in-plane vibration. Here both the atoms are coming towards each other and simultaneously they are going away from each other, but both the atoms remains in the same plane. That is why scissoring vibration is a in-plane vibration. Now we have rocking vibration. Again, rocking vibration is a in-plane vibration. Here we can see both the atoms are vibrating in the same plane in clockwise direction as well as in anti-clockwise direction. But the important part is both these vibration are in-plane vibration. If we compare these two with Waging, we can see both the atoms are coming towards us and simultaneously both the atoms are going far from us. Hence, they are not in one plane. So, that is why Waging vibration is out of plane vibration. So, here we can see clear cut that both the atoms are simultaneously coming towards us. It means that there is disturbance of the plane, so atoms are not remaining in the same plane. Similarly, twisting vibration, again the out of plane vibration. Here one atom is coming towards us and the other atom is going far from us. That is why twisting vibration is out of plane vibration, and due to all these six vibrations, the molecules get vibrate and the molecules get absorbed in infrared spectroscopy. Now we will talk about the number of vibrational modes. A molecule can vibrate in many ways, and each way is called a vibrational mode. If a molecule contains n atoms, total number of vibrational mood will be for linear molecule it will be 3n minus 5 and for nonlinear molecule it will be 3n minus 6. Now I will discuss the vibrational spectra of carbon dioxide molecule. Triatomic linear carbon dioxide molecule has 3 atoms, so n is equal to 3. Therefore, the molecule has 3n degrees of freedom. For linear molecules, there will be 3n minus 5 fundamental vibration. Therefore, 3n minus 5, which is equal to 3 into 3 minus 5 or 9 minus 5, which gives 4. So, CO2 molecule will have 4 fundamental vibration. These modes of vibration are symmetrical stretching, asymmetrical stretching, and 2 symmetrical bending. In symmetrical stretching, there is a partial charge separation due to the 2 oxygen atom. The magnetic moment gets cancelled and the molecule is nonpolar. This is also true according to symmetrical stretching of both oxygen atom at 2 ends. Hence, the molecule is ion inactive. In asymmetrical stretching, one end is stretched and at other end there is compression. This produces fluctuating dipole moment. Thus, this vibration is ion active. In symmetrical bending, there are 2 bending vibrations and they differ only in the direction and have the same frequency. Hence, this vibration will be ion active. The modes of vibration in a molecule where they differ only in the direction but with the same frequency are said to be degenerated. Because of this, the linear molecule like carbon dioxide will have one extra mode of vibration as compared to nonlinear molecule like H2O.